Hey everyone, Real Comics Act, and I'm sitting here checking out Wolverine The Long Night, number 2. And I gotta tell you, if you are listening to this, I highly recommend you checking out the podcast on this because it is about 150 times better than the comic book. But anyways, let's get into it. Now, if you pick this up hoping for a Wolverine comic book with him doing what Wolverine does, and that's, kicking some tail or whipping through some ninjas or some robots or something, ain't happening. This is basically a comic book where Wolverine guest stars as a background character, and really that's about it. So what you have happening is an investigation going on in this town in Alaska. These agents are here and they're asking questions following a murder on a fishing boat where several individuals ended up being slaughtered, and in a pretty gruesome manner. Well, this also ties, they believe, to some of the strange murders that have been happening in town, which a lot of people are blaming on a bear. Well, these two agents, they aren't buying it. They basically think that, hey, they're connected, and what they find is one of the tattoos, which, good night nobody. It appears on one of the girl's arms that was murdered. It also happens to be a phrase spoken by Prophet, who is the cult religious leader of this group of psychos in town. Everything that they've come across, though, basically leads them back to wanting to question Logan. So through their genius detective work, they find out where he's been staying. He's been staying at the spot out of town. So they go there to visit. It's kind of a dump. It's the middle of, nowhere grossness. And while they're there, they actually get assaulted by a bunch of children with rocks and slingshots and everything else. Well, as these kids are escaping and scampering through the trees to do that like a bunch of freaking monkeys, one of the officers actually shoots a branch out from underneath one of the kids. He falls, gets hurt, and they actually are able to capture him. From there, they start interrogating him, and during the interrogation, they find out that they're actually there trying to protect Logan, because at one point, he was there to protect one of them when they got hurt. And from there, we get a flashback, and it's actually an intercepted phone call of Logan calling his former girlfriend down in Louisiana where he was before. And down there, everything was fine, he said, up until some psycho decided to start shooting up Bourbon Street or something. Well, Logan finished his drink, and then he went and he took the guy out. He did that to save these other people, but of course it was caught on camera, and he makes it very clear that he is trying to escape the Weapon X folks. Our two trusty agents, they finally get their interview with Prophet, and when they do get to interview Prophet, he's ultimately super creepy. He's living in a cave. He's burned off his fingerprints, and he's just overall a weird dude. He starts talking about things like ley lines and magical mystic energy connected to him and a bunch of other garbage. But the big thing here is that the agents, while they're sitting there down in a cave, they got better cell service than I do, they get a call from Logan. He simply says, "Heard you've been looking for me," and then says, "Don't." And really, that's it. So, like I said, you have Wolverine, a Wolverine comic book, allegedly, and basically he is a special guest in it. He's making this special guest appearance, his limited appearance in this book, and it's just really not good. Neither one of the agents are very likable. The female character is absolutely, makes you just want to, whatever. She's completely unlikable. And a little bit of a spoiler here. Spoiler. You got another spoiler alert. Spoiler. You find out why that is later on in the comic book. But if you haven't checked out the podcast, go check it out. It's really good, except for up until the last issue or last episode, and then it's kind of lame when they start laying out who these agents are. But guys, that's all I got for right now. Hope you enjoy it. And we should be getting some new comic books on Wednesday, and I'll be knocking those out. I don't remember what's coming out. I don't have a clue. I think the Phoenix one is the Old Man Phoenix is coming out. I hope so. Excuse me. As always, guys, thanks for listening, and don't forget to click subscribe, leave a like, and of course, leave your comments below. Appreciate it. Real Comic Stacks out.